Welcome back, guys. So today we got what is going to be a little bit more of my regular content in. Y'all probably seen me working on the blue C10 with a small block in it, but today we're going to start on this 07 to 13 doing a DOD delete and a Truck Norris swap. So as of now, this truck is engine-wise completely stock. It's a 5.3, it's a 6-speed truck, 6L80. It's still got the cats on it, still got manifolds. Engine's completely stock. It's not really what I'm used to doing because it's lifted. I'm normally doing lowered two-wheel drives. This truck, it's on stock tires right now, stock wheels and tires to clearance on the dyno. But once we get this thing done, he'll put his big wheels and tires back on and start going back to truck shows. I'm gonna get a cold start real quick so we can get a before and after. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, I think I do know. It still has the main cats on it, and I'm pretty sure it is straight after that, no muffler. We're going to do a set of speed engineering 1 3/4 long tubes, and then it's going to connect into the rest of the exhaust for now. So it'll be really loud, should sound good, and we're going to do it's going to have Delphi LS7 lifters when we do the DOD delete kit. I bought the full kit from Brian Tooley. So, and it's going to have the Truck Norris camshaft with the springs and push rods and that whole kit. So a little makeover on the truck should get it sounding awesome, and I think he'll be really happy with it. Okay, so I got the radiator out and got the intake off of it, the electric fans and all of that. This truck has not been easy to work on due to how high it is. Got the electric fans out, got the radiator out. You have to take the radiator out just so you can slide the cam in and out from in front of the timing cover there, give you a lot of room. You don't have to take the condenser out, so you don't have to lose your Freon, but other than that, it's moving right along so far. If y'all have ever worked on any of these 07 to 13 stuff, the wire loom is in very bad shape. Like it's brittle and cracks really easy, as you can see here. It's just, you touch it and it all falls apart. But this truck has never been apart whatsoever. It's never even had intake gaskets on it or anything. So, and the guy I'm working out for, he bought it brand new. So it's got some dirt in it, but everything looks pretty decent, especially since it's never been apart and it's got 170,000 on it. But I'm moving right along here. I'm going to remove the air conditioning belt, remove the water pump. I'm gonna leave the timing cover on, and then I'm gonna tack the valve, get the valve covers off, get the rocker arms loose, push rods out, work on getting the exhaust off. And then I'll go from Okay guys, so I went ahead and got the valve springs put on the head. I've got the block cleaned, and one important thing is you want to blow the bolt holes out with compressed air, like with an air compressor. It is very important because when you lift this head off, antifreeze will go down in the bolt holes. And when you put the new heads back on and you try to tighten them, then it'll try to compress that water down in the thread and you won't get a proper torque. That is a very important thing to do when you are putting your heads on and torquing them down properly. Another thing, especially on this like aluminum block engine, you want to make sure the block is very clean. That's very important on all LS stuff, or any application really. And I use this tool here. It's for aluminum. I'm working on cleaning the head surface now. You use it it scrapes aluminum and it does not dig into it and mar it. On an iron block application, you can use like a razor blade or something like that, and it cleans it up very good. But on these aluminum blocks, you'll gouge into the surface, and that could possibly cause a head gasket leak. I got the new valve seals on and the Brian Tooley 560 springs, which is what I always run on these Truck Norris cams. So I am going to go ahead and finish cleaning off the surface of these heads and get the gaskets on and get them bolted down to the block. It is very important that you use the proper torque spec and the torque sequence on these heads. It's crucial. I use a angle torque wrench. You got to torque them to a certain foot-pounds, and then you got to go by degrees. So it's definitely a process, but it's something that has to be done to ensure a good quality seal from your head gasket. Hey guys, so we are back with the video on the silver truck. I didn't film putting a lot of it back together, just like the intake on, the headers on, that sort of thing. I wanted to keep this video fairly kind of short, that way y'all could see the process of tuning it and that sort of thing, get to hear how it sounds. Right now I got it all put back together. I started it last night. I'm fixing to do a start on it right now. Got to back it out of the garage. It is going to get dyno tuned. The tune shop I always take my stuff to. Excellent. Guy does very good quality work. Have no issues with him whatsoever. But the only thing is his dyno is down this week. He's waiting on a battery for the dyno, so we're going to street tune it, and then we'll go back in a couple weeks when he gets his part and dyno it and see what kind of power it makes just for fun. The truck has the Speed Engineering long tube headers. They are 1 3/4 inch. It's got a S&B cold air intake. I do not like the intakes that are open filters because that's all it does is get hot air from the engine bay. If anything, run an aftermarket air tube and leave the stock box. But he went ahead and got this really nice box. It's got a clear lid, looks super sharp. I left the engine cover off, and I left some wiring like exposed, not tucked down, like wiring such as that. The owner is actually going to go back and rewire loom this whole engine harness, so that'll make it look a lot better. He does show the truck. He takes it around to shows and stuff. Right now it's on just a set of stock wheels and tires, but he really likes the truck, keeps it good, nice and clean. He wants it to be quality, so he went ahead and he painted the valve covers on it. You can kind of see him there, clean the coil packs up. He's going to go back in, give the engine bay a detail, and work on the wiring. The truck has not been tuned yet. I'll go ahead and give it a cold start. It's open header, so it's extremely loud. You can't really hear what it sounds like good, but once we get it tuned and get the exhaust on it, I'll get back with y'all. And it is a BTR Truck Norris cam. I think the truck's gonna sound great once we get it all finished up. Like I said, it's still on the stock tune, and with the DOD delete and all that, and the aftermarket exhaust and the camshaft, it is not happy running. It sounds pretty good in my opinion, and it's got a Melling 10295 high pressure stock volume oil pump in it. So this engine should be good to go for a long time. I'll get back with y'all once we get it to the exhaust shop, get the exhaust put on it properly, get the cats put back on it, and go over to the dyno and get it street tuned. Okay guys, so we are back. We are finally done with the silver truck. I just went and took it and got it tuned. Sadly, the guy's dyno was down, so we could not get a dyno on it, but it is tuned and it's running very good. The truck is gonna be ran on 93, but the customer accidentally filled it up with 87 before he brought it to me. So we're actually gonna have to go back and have it retuned once it's on 93, but then we can dyno it, everything like that. But I have my friend James Ralph at JTR Performance. He does all my tuning. He does an excellent job with it. The truck drives really nicely. It sounds pretty good. I had the exhaust shop fix the exhaust up on it, but it does not have a muffler in its stock exhaust pipe. So the truck does sound good, but it needs an exhaust system on it for sure. But that's going to be done in the near future. The truck sounds good, it runs really well. Once we get exhaust on it, it'll sound even better, but the drivability is honestly very good with it. It's a 6-speed truck, a 6L80, but it is stock torque converter. I've never done a Truck Norris with a stock torque converter and a 6-speed, but I'm actually impressed with the drivability. This truck does have a 308 rear end, which that's not doing anybody any favors, especially in the performance world, but it sounds good, it drives good. I think the customer will be very happy. I may make another video on this truck if we get it back and we can take it and get it dynoed on 93, so I can give y'all some power numbers. I'm expecting, based off previous Gen 4 stuff with the Truck Norris and long tube headers, I'm gonna say it'll make anywhere from 335 to 345, 350. I've seen some making the 360s, but this one being lifted, I don't know how the pinion angle would affect that. But I may make another video, and if I do, y'all will see it. Or I may just comment back in the description on this one, the power numbers, once we get it dynoed. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.